Welcome to Kenya's Real Estate Show. Today we'll be handling a topic that I have been receiving a lot of questions about. Where do I start when I want to buy my own property? The second option is tenant purchase. This is usually given by, do I call them state parastatals? The most common people who've been giving this is NHC and NSSF whenever they put up properties. Like for example, certain phases of Nyayo and Bakasi were sold on tenant purchase. What this means is they will ask you to put in a deposit for the property, and this usually happens well before it's completed. So they'll ask you for say a 20% deposit. They will usually advertise this on the local dailies because being a state agency, they are actually required to have all their information out in the public and invite as many members of the public as possible. So they'll put it in the dailies. They'll say we have such units to sell. You need a 20% deposit and the rest will be paid on tenant purchase. So what tenant purchase means is they'll put a figure which is like your rent. So you'll get possession of the house, you'll get to move into the house, and then as you're paying your monthly rent, this rent goes into getting you to be an owner of that house. So basically with each rent payment you're making, you're contributing towards your ownership of the house. Then at the end of the agreed upon period, it could be 5 years, it could be 7 years, 10 years, when you've actually made enough payments for the amount of money that you had agreed on before, the house is then yours. So this is what we mean by tenant purchase. There has been an increasing trend of less and less people in Kenya being able to take up mortgages. So possibly tenant purchase should be an interesting consideration now, even for private developers going forward, because we are noticing a couple of houses not making it to be sold within the timelines that these developers had hoped for. Yeah? So possibly it's telling us a trend, and this could be a very interesting consideration for them. Interesting, we have seen a private developer who's actually given people like 3 years to pay up for the houses instead of the usual before you get occupation you have to pay up for it. So possibly it's a trend that is leading us there, yeah? So that hopefully more of us will be able to own our own home via a cheaper means. Be sure to subscribe at the link below this video so that as we are covering the process, you're on board with us.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.